any logic which has no direct experience behind it, it is not useful to formulate hypotheses or theories. There has to be some phenomena about which the logic says something. Direct experience comes first, and based on the direct experience, based on the regularities or patterns that we observe, our intellect can find out in that direct experience, something logical can be said, and that something will be called hypothesis, theory, like you have given the examples. It is a consistent observation that 2 mangoes, when you put down with 2 more mangoes and you count, you always get 4. This is based on direct experience. When you try to count apples, which is also direct experience, add apples, yes, that logic will be useful in predicting that there will be 4 apples. However, in case of unicorns, because there is no direct experience of it, it never had anything like this. Even though the logic will say 4 unicorns, but it is not falsifiable. You cannot actually perform that experiment to add 2 unicorns into your stable of unicorns. But you can perform that experiment of adding 2 apples to apples. It is possible. That is falsifiable, because if you add 2 apples in a basket, if you count them, if there are 5, then the logic is falsified. So logic alone is not reliable. But if it is falsifiable using a direct experience, it is very reliable. So hopefully I understood your question. If not, if you did not get the answer, you can ask me again in different words if you want. The logic which is based on direct experience is called sound logic. Sound. That is also mentioned clearly in the chapter on means of knowledge. We don't want any other logic like mathematical logic or abstract logic. No, we want sound logic. There will be some paths where unfounded logic, unsound logic will also cause some useful results, like in mathematics. And that will be called true. For example, this graph is plotted in 20 dimensions, and now I can take a square root of this quantity here in 20 dimensions. It is possible. That will be true. But that is the truth of mathematical domain, an imaginary reality, which is 20 dimensional or whatever. Sometimes it has useful applications in physics. In that field, it is not totally useless, abstract logic. But what are we trying to do here? We are trying to clear that which is already present in the memory, and therefore it has to be sound logic. We don't have any trouble with mathematicians and logic of mathematics. There are many systems of logic there. But the path of knowledge or Advaita Vedanta has a very simple system of logic. It's called binary logic. Binary logic means 2 things cannot be true at the same time. Those who are more interested in theory of logic, they need to study the Indian Nyaya philosophy and the Western, the whole logic from Greek logic to the modern logic. Those who are interested, and let me tell you, it is not a small adventure. It will take many years. You will understand a little bit. What have we done on the path of knowledge, especially in our program? We have utilized 2 or 3 logical conclusions to get what we want. What do we want? Knowledge of the self, knowledge of the illusion, knowledge of oneness. And they are very simple things. Like the experience cannot be in the category of the experiencer. Experiencer cannot be an experience. If there is no distance between 2 things and there is no time gap between 2 things, that is actually one thing. That which changes every time is false. See, all these logical, you can say, axioms are used and they are very solid. You cannot disprove them. You cannot falsify them. And so they yield reliable knowledge. And for us, fortunately, it is very easy because it is simply removal. We are not trying to find something extraordinary. Hopefully it is clear. But this question points to the foundation of the path of knowledge, how it was founded. We are lucky that we got pre-cooked, ready-made path of knowledge. But the founders probably struggled for many 100 years to say this thing, I am Brahman. It took probably thousands of years. We are fortunate we got it in a few hours. So everybody is invited to recheck the foundations of the path of knowledge, how it was founded. First thing you can do is check the logic that is used in our path of knowledge. Wherever we say by logic this follows, you should double check it, because direct experience you don't have any doubt. It is your own. Logic, there can be a doubt. For that, to check whether logic is correct or not, you need a very sharp intellect. So sharpen the intellect by studying the systems of logic. Then no doubt will be left in your mind. You can take a shortcut and reach the unknowing without logic. Like let us take the same example. When did existence begin? Now you can simply say the direct experience is not possible here. You see, that much is enough. It's not possible. I don't know. As soon as you say I don't know, the memory is cleared. The impurity is gone. Shortcut, isn't it? But a very intelligent person will not agree here. Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Any intelligent person will say like this. So what is the next best we can do is examine our belief of starting something, how something starts, and try to conclude logically whether that belief is applicable to the whole existence. And you will get an illogical answer that no matter what I do, I cannot imagine a scene where the existence is starting. Unknowable, you will say, unknowable. That is what you came to know through the shortcut. Now we say it is thorough. It is proven thoroughly that existence has no beginning. There is second method. If there is no time, there is no question of beginning and end. So check if my belief of time being true is true or not. Is there time? And that can be experienced directly, that there is only present, or even you cannot say present. There is only this. And the past is a fabrication of the memory. And the future is a projection of the memory. Remove the memory, there is only this. There is not nothing, but there is only this. Now, the question of beginning and end is illogical. Another shortcut, isn't it? Now the ignorance is cleared by simply showing that there is no time. Time is imagination. Another ignorance which led to me thinking that something can start. And the interesting byproduct of this, there being no time, is that nothing can start. Not only the existence, any event, any illusion, nothing will start. And so it will not end. So the glass is not only cleaned, it is broken. It's gone forever. It is so thorough. You can go on collecting evidences regarding your doubt that existence has a beginning. Suppose you collect 10 evidences like this. I have given you 3 or 4 right now. People have already done that. It is amazing. And once your intellect is happy, you are happy, let us say. Yeah, I came to know there's no start. That is called proven. It is proven. Interesting thing is, since many thousand years, nobody has proven this wrong. Nobody has said that I know a way to find the beginning of the existence. We'll use the same example here. Nobody. There are hypotheses, there are theories. They're all unproven. They're not falsifiable. And there are imaginations, there are stories which are totally useless on the path of knowledge. We want solid knowledge. Collecting facts and reading books, simply assuming this as true and that as false, is adding to the memory, not removing. It will not take you to unknowing. It will not establish you in your true nature. Never. Only clean up. And the cleanup must not be done arbitrarily, without any method. That, okay, I drop everything now. No, it won't be satisfactory. The cleanup happens only when you have collected at least 3 or 4 or 5 evidences. Why so many? It depends on the people, isn't it? Actually, only one evidence is enough. One evidence that is sufficient and necessary clears it. So, what is the sufficient and necessary evidence? You can find that in the books on logic, justice, law, nyaya, philosophy. Those who want to go deeper, I've gone very deep and I'm satisfied with the conclusion. So remember Patanjali, the second verse in the Yoga Sutras, that when the tendencies of the mind or whatever is going on in the mind are silenced, are gone, destroyed. Then the observer is situated in their true nature. Those who want Sanskrit, they can read it in Sanskrit. It means this. Are we not doing the same? That which is in the mind, the tendencies that cause questions, and there's nothing bad in that, but they cause ignorance. When they're silent, they're cleared, gone, then you are established in your true nature. That is the goal of the path of knowledge. And incidentally, that is the goal of the yoga. They have a different method. When they are established there, wherever they want, they call it samadhi. Same thing. And we call it unknowing. Same thing. Isn't there silence here? Isn't this blissful? It is like a load has been dropped. Load of ignorance. Burden of ignorance. Now you're free to fly. That is liberation. How can logic take us beyond the mind when it itself is a mental activity? The fact is, you are already beyond the mind. Remember, self-realization is knowing that I am not this body or mind or anything else, or any other mental activity or any other physical activity. This is already there. And now the logic simply removes the blind beliefs that I am this or that. I am something which can be known by the mind. We are using a simple language here. So the logic helps in removing the ignorance. It does not take us beyond the mind. Remember this thing. The question is wrong here. The question is very tricky. You are already beyond the mind. You assume that I am something which is graspable by the mind or some kind of mental activity or something in the body. And logic helps in removing, showing us that that is not the case. That is not true. That much the logic will show. And the logic operates on direct experience only. Remember, this is not a theory. You can check it right now. It takes 2 minutes. Not this, not that. So what is known? That I am already beyond the mind. We do not go beyond the mind using logic. It is not that right now we are in the domain of the mind and the logic will take us, or the logic will reveal something which was not previously there. Everything is already here. Truth is not invented, it is discovered. Discovery is negative, removal. So one line answer will be, logic can take us beyond the mind because the logic removes instead of adding. It is a negative knowledge. That which is beyond the mind is revealed. I am already like this. Simple answer, isn't it? The direct experience is false. It is all illusion. Logic is based on direct experience. All illusion. How can we hope to achieve anything on the path of knowledge? And the answer is we don't really achieve anything. That which we are seeking is already there. We remove the obstacles, that which the curtains, the blindfold, which was hiding this true nature, hiding the truth. So, cleaning of the intellect using logic. There is no other tool to clean it. Purification of intellect is path of knowledge. It is very simple. Define what is ultimate truth, and the definition is very simple. That which is unchanging in all context. No matter what, that which is unchanging, that which remains unchanging. That is the definition of truth. As you know, there are many kinds of truth. Sometimes there are practical truth, mathematical truth, scientific truth. But the ultimate truth is only possible on the path of knowledge. And that is possible only because of this strict criteria. Like he said, when you form this criteria, which is actually arrived at through very precise way, it is also based on direct experience and logic. This criteria is not really arbitrary. So we check and check again. And that is why I said that you need to check all these things. Is the criteria right? Can there be better criteria for truth, which is applicable in all contexts, in all states of mind, all places, all times? Remember, these are the definitions of valid means. So this criteria satisfies all the valid means. And you find this and simply see. Open your eyes and see what is changing, what is unchanging. You don't even need to see everything. Logic helps us. We see few things and then we can see that everything is changing. Everything is categorized as false. That is very strict. And only then you can know what you are, the essence of what you are. That is the way to arrive at the ultimate truth.